Hi, everybody, and welcome in. About 15 minutes thoughts on the day's events. John Middlecoff will join me in 15 minutes. John Middlecoff, podcaster at the Volume 3 and Out, former NFL scout, to talk about the night games. I want to talk about the Green Bay Packers, a 17-point come-from-behind win. I don't think Jordan Love's great. I'm not sure if he's even very good. I'm not sure if he's good. He was 22 of 44, some dropped passes, some really bad throws. But it's the largest comeback in Packers history. I said this about Aaron Rodgers. Some guys are great when it's all set up, when they play close or they play with a lead. I always said the body language for Aaron Rodgers, if he got behind big, he changed the way he played. He became more cautious, more safe, like he mailed in the game, just wanted to protect his passer rating. Whether that's true or not, that's something I've been saying for about 7-8 years or longer with Aaron Rodgers. So Jordan Love trails 17-0, but he's got that young, naive, optimistic, we're never out of it till the game ends feel. And I think players pick up on that. I think teammates pick up on that. Now, did he get a break? Derek Carr got hurt. Yes, he got a break. Lots and lots of breaks happen in football games. I mean, good God, if you watch the Vikings Chargers, each team was trying to lose the game. Like, games are all about breaks and opportunities. Jordan Love got an opportunity. Full steam ahead, head down, optimistic, positive body language, positive energy, and came back to win. If Derek Carr doesn't get hurt, they don't win that football game. Derek moves the chains. Jameis Winston comes in. He's going to be more 3-and-outs, more mistakes. Now, the Saints could have won it with a field goal. But again, they didn't. But my takeaway on Jordan Love, I don't know what he is. He's young. I said, I want Thanksgiving's the time. He's been sitting for 3 years. Give me to Thanksgiving. I'll have a strong, more definitive opinion. He missed some easy things today. He looked a little rattled today. But the Packers have always done a really good job of drafting, developing, avoiding chaos. They can't get top free agents, but in a weird way, it helps them. You never have to deal with, outside of a Favre or Aaron Rodgers ego, you don't deal with a lot of nonsense in Green Bay, right? You kind of know what you have. You never feel like you have the most talented team, but you have a talented team. But I like the fact that Jordan Love, biggest comeback in Packer history, positive, optimistic, keep grinding. These games last forever. I mean, good God. The Jets didn't do anything all day and almost won the game in a Hail Mary. Just keep moving, keep grinding, keep getting first downs. Sometimes it's just a game of attrition. And the Packers win a game they probably shouldn't have. Yep, they got a break, but I was happy for Jordan Love. 22 of 44 is not Joe Montana, but he's a kid. He's young. When you're young, especially when you're young, these wins feel like two. That's going to carry over to the next game, that optimism. They get into that locker room and they know they were down 17-0. That's a big, big win for the Packers. So the Dolphins drop a 70 burger, beat the Broncos 70-20. I had said multiple weeks ago that I thought the biggest potential tsunami in the league was Denver because of the different personalities between Russell Wilson and Sean Payton and the pressure for both to succeed quickly. The defense, which carried the team last year, is now really bad. Vance Joseph is coaching it. It's horrendous. It's not the most talented defense. They don't get a great pass rush on a consistent basis. Bradley Chubb is now over to the Dolphins, so they could use at the trading deadline some defensive help. But this is an embarrassing loss. They're 0-3. I still think they have a lot of talent. I still think they can win games. But so much of Russell Wilson's legacy, his reality, is locker room stuff. Russell has always been more popular out of the locker room than in it. Aaron Rodgers, by the way, has often been popular in the locker room, but takes some criticism out of it. And that's a real thing. It doesn't really matter what's said outside the room, what is inside the room. It feels like to give up 70 points, like Miami's really good. I think Miami's the best team in the league right now. San Francisco's the best roster. Miami's the best team. So The fact that Miami won doesn't shock me. I stayed away from it. I didn't want to touch it. A lot of the wise guys like Denver, and I'm like, no thanks. I think Miami is so creative, so clever. In the red zone, it's a master's class on how to score points. Just total deception, inside screens. I mean, almost as a rule, whatever they do initially, they'll go the opposite way eventually. They're just all sleight of hand. It's like a classic, magician with cards. Like, you just can't keep your eyes on where they're going. But 70-20 feels like there's locker room issues. And I always thought this was a big lift for Sean Payton. He had to change the culture, the O-line, Russell Wilson, and it's not working. And it's getting worse. This sounds crazy, but I wouldn't be shocked if eventually Russell Wilson doesn't start. They blow it up. Russell Wilson has always been aspirational, but the truth is he's never been a great pocket passer. There's questions, if you look at Seattle, how great of a leader he was. I thought he was until he left and got banged on by 4 or 5 different ex-teammates. I've never seen that in my life of doing this. I've never seen a star quarterback leave somewhere. I mean, there are even people in Chicago that spoke up for Jay Cutler. I didn't think anybody liked Jay Cutler. I never heard anybody badmouth Aaron Rodgers. When he left Green Bay, Russell got tagged by about 4, 5, 6 guys. And so I don't know what this locker room is like, but I think we're headed. You could have lost today. 34-30, 34-27, been competitive. You could have lost today. It's not that. 70-20 feels like it's much, much deeper than that. It's a cultural issue. It's a locker room issue. It's a quitting issue. Much deeper problems. And Sean Payton's going to win this thing. Okay, Sean Payton, coaches can coach to their 70. Belichick still puts up great defensive game plans. He's going to win this battle. I don't know how they're going to get out of this contract. They're going to have to draft another quarterback. I think they clearly will. Listen, for all the picks they gave up, the Broncos do have a first-round pick, and they need some defensive line help, but I would draft a quarterback. The only way to get out of this Russell Wilson thing, if it doesn't work, is to hit in a quarterback. You don't have to pay him for 4 to 5 years. That's your only hope. And then eventually, if it doesn't work this year, I'm not even sure if Russell Wilson would be on the roster. You just move him. But I mean, that sounds like hyperbolic. I don't think it is. This is not. This is going to be a personality clash between Payton and Russell Wilson, and Payton's going to win it. Sean Payton's going to win this. It's not going to be close. And now for a segment called Making It Look Easy, brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. And Tua made it look easy today, 23 of 36, 4 touchdowns and a passer rating of 155.8. Tua, with a great coach and weapons, is an accurate distributor of the football, and that's all he needs to be. Just making it look easy. That's what Morgan & Morgan does. Over 100 offices nationwide, more than 800 lawyers, $15 billion have been recovered with over 300,000 clients. Morgan & Morgan has a proven track record fighting to get full and fair compensation. Morgan & Morgan's been fighting for the people for over 35 years. If you're ever injured, go to forthepeople.com/Colin or dial pound 529. Check out America's largest injury law firm. Winning the NFL is hard, but hiring Morgan & Morgan is easy. We're back with another week of football, and DraftKings Sportsbook is keeping us in on all the NFL action. Great offers every single game. New customers can bet $5 and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Throw 5 down on any of the week's epic matchups. Walk away an instant winner. DraftKings is not stopping there. All customers take advantage of 2 new offers every game this September. Football's more fun when you're in the action, no question about it. Download the app now. Sign up code Colin. That's me, COLIN. New customers bet just $5 and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL with the code Colin. The crown is yours. Football is officially back. No more preseason games. The regular season is here. Listen, we all like watching football on TV, but nothing's better live and in person. And the best way to get tickets to any of these games is at Game Time, the fastest growing ticket app in the entire United States. For last-minute amazing deals on tickets to see your favorite football team in September, download Game Time. And it's not just for football. Baseball playoff games, comedy shows, concerts all across the country. Download the Game Time app and use the redeem code COLIN, COLIN, $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Get out and have some fun this weekend, baby. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets. Lowest prices guaranteed. Game Time. Well, the difference between retaining a job and getting fired is often a play. And I thought there was a chance that if the Chargers lost today, that Brandon Staley would have been fired on the flight home. They remain so undisciplined defensively, bad defensive penalties multiple times today, bailing out the Vikings, who didn't really generate a ton of offense. They had a great touchdown to Justin Jefferson, who tends to score most of his touchdowns in Minneapolis. But this defense, again, Justin Herbert doesn't have Austin Eckler. End of the game, didn't have Mike Williams and Herbert. So Herbert, a lot of his passes were underneath 12 yards in, almost in lieu of a running game. But there was a moment at the end of this game, and again, hindsight's 20/20, but it was 4th down and an inch, 4th down and a foot, 4th down and this, whatever. Deep in their own territory. Punt it. Minnesota, Kirk Cousins had been under intense pressure the entire game. You're a defensive coach. You're getting tremendous pressure on Kirk Cousins. Punt it. Make them drive 75 yards and win by a touchdown. Instead, Brandon Staley decides, I'm going to go for it deep in my own territory. And then I'm going to give it to my least skilled offensive player. Herbert could roll out. Keenan Allen. Everett. They have multiple receivers. Palmer. No, they give it to the backup running back who gets stuffed. Wow. And an interception retains Brandon Staley's job. I think that's how close it is. Once again, Herbert puts up massive numbers. Herbert mostly error-free. Herbert without his star running back. Mike Williams gets hurt. If you're scoring 28 points a week, and that's what the Chargers do, and the quarterback's got a passer rating in the hundreds and is throwing for over 300 yards, you have to win those games. And the Chargers almost gave it to a Viking team that can't run the football and couldn't protect their quarterback. Think about that. Couldn't run the football, couldn't protect the quarterback. And they have a quarterback in Kirk Cousins who's not hyper athletic. You watch that game, there was no question. If you take Justin Jefferson out of that game, of the top 12 players, 9 were Chargers. And they hold on for dear life. What do they do well? They rush the passer pretty well. I think that's because of the people they've drafted. And they have a really nice passing attack. Again, because of Herbert, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, because of really good players. But I don't think there's a team in the league that is worse on attention to detail, a talented team. That's worse attention to detail than the Chargers. Brandon Staley keeps his job, but they tried to give that thing away half a dozen times with dumb penalties in key spots.